Well, here we have a Bowman E101. This is the one I recently purchased from Ian at NS, and I've taken it apart. It arrived in the post this morning. I've taken it apart and given them a good clean and wiped down, re-oiled everything. I've also gone over the base with a sort of preservative oil that I use on my kitchen worktops. This in many respects has been the easiest restoration I've ever had to do, because all I had to do essentially is just clean it, degrease anything, put it back together, re-lubricate and fit one of my decals on there, which I've aged using a mixture of soot and oil, and then scraped it off a little bit so that essentially it very much looks the part. As far as I can ascertain, the engine is completely original, apart from I think the steam tap on there, and obviously Ian's put some new wicks in there, some of his foreign stuff that seems to last forever. I haven't filled this one up entirely. I filled up the boiler but not the lamp, because obviously they do tend to run for a very long time. It's really just to make sure I put everything back together and all the union nuts I've put back on are steam tight. So it's just turning over very, very slowly. It really is a chunky beast indeed. I've seen loads of them, never really sort of picked one up or got sort of really up close to it. It really is a fine machine. Let's say it's left in totally original condition. I'm not going to repaint this, polish the life out of it, anything. I think it looks so much better the way it is. There's so much lovely patina of dirt and grime and wear and age and love that's gone into sort of keeping an engine looking like this. And it just doesn't need polish on it at all. Let's say the base I've gone over, I've stripped everything off it and gone over with a sort of a preservative oil. The rest of the engine I've just cleaned up and wiped over with methylated spirit first to degrease it, and then gone over with an oily rag to just wipe everything down, and so that you actually get some oil ingrained into the metal as well. So it doesn't need anything else doing to it. It's just chundering over just fine as it is at the moment. It took a little bit longer to get steam up, probably because of the size of the boiler, than what I'm used to, let's say. But it's getting into its stride now. The safety valve's just burbling just a little bit. But apart from that, it's just chundering over beautifully. And I can see why these engines go for so long now, because it's literally just turning over sort of slowly at a steady rate, probably no more than 500 or 600 revs a minute, something like that. And it really is a joy to actually behold. I've taken a number of images, obviously, with the rest of my sort of Bowman, so you can get an idea of the size of this one. I love the wooden base. It's got some marks on it, and I think that's all part of the historical provenance of the piece as well. As far as I can ascertain, all the engine frame paint is original. I think the only thing that Ian has put on it is one of his new end caps here. But apart from that, it really is a wonderful piece. I'm not sure about the chimney, whether some did have a plain fluted top like that, as opposed to the sort of little pressed metal cap that some of the later ones had. Curiously, as Ian sort of also pointed out to me as well, the whistle doesn't seem to have any handle on it at all. So how you actually get it to use it, I don't know. You sort of take your life in your hands and undo it while it's running. I really couldn't say. But anyway, here we have it chugging over. Really is a sort of a heavyweight beast, and I'm hoping to get this one maybe connected up to one of my own tools I'm going to make, something like a drop hammer or something like that. Actually something that's big and noisy, something that this will sort of run over really well. So there you have it, the Bowman E101, sort of 98% original, whatever. And certainly won't be receiving any of the devil's blood, dare I say it. I'm sure some people would like to polish the living daylights out of it, but I'm sort of entering my 4th decade now of collecting steam engines, and the more I sort of think about it, the less I want to start tinkering around with the wonderful colour, the wonderful patina, and generally the imposing presence of something which has been run and it's been loved and it hasn't been sort of polished to an inch of its life and left on a shelf just to be an executive display piece. Rest assured this engine will be running and sort of driving all sorts of bits and pieces